All right, guys, it's your friendly neighborhood surveyor, and a quick note about the Damascus knife giveaway. The first winner already claimed the prize, so hey, shoot me some comments on this video on some giveaway items you guys would be interested in. I'm looking at things like around 50 bucks, so let me know. That's mine. All right, so I was going to talk about how we stake house corners. I don't know if everybody stakes house corners nowadays, but I'm going to talk about the good old days, I guess. So I got into the business in the late 80s. And in the late 80s, the lots were big enough to where we used to do something called staking 20s and 80s. So basically, it was so if that's the front PL, say this the back PL, and then here's the lot line PLs. So we would go 20 feet from the front PL, put a 2x2 hub in with the tack, and then go 60 feet farther for an 80-foot offset, the front PL, and it'd be on the lot line. So we called them 20s and 80s, 20, 80, and we would do that alongside the whole track. That way, when they built the house or when they got ready to trench, then those guys would square up the house on the lot. They had plenty of room to work with, and so there was no need for us to ever stake a house corner, unless, of course, they just wanted to verify that they were far enough away from, let's say, maybe an easement or something like that. But most of our houses are or our track homes are on a 20-foot setback, so that's why we would do a 20 and an 80. So 20 because the setback or the standard setback, and then the 80 so they can square up the house. So now we move to today, and so this is just an oddball outline of, let's say this is the footprint of the house. What we do now is we stake a 5-foot offset building envelope. So the building envelope is the outside perimeter or the line of the actual structure. So we don't do building corners or house corners on every angle point. We project the line out, and it'll be a 5-foot offset here, 5-foot offset here, here, and here. Our offsets are normally, we'll set them any way they want them, but they're normally negotiated during the contract phase. So many times in the contract, we are only to give them four corner offsets. So we could do it either way. We can go from side to side or front to back. It doesn't matter. But this is how we're doing it now. And that's because the lots out here are so small, they need to verify. They usually have a 5-foot side yard on one side and a 10-foot side yard, let's say, on the other. So the liability is kind of on us to make sure that that house fits within that lot and still has that 5-foot side yard, 10-foot side yard. Back in the 20 and 80s days, we never graded anything either. Maybe we would give them maybe a hub somewhere so they can set their laser up and do all the form boards. But now we usually grade one stake. What we do, or our company, is we normally grade the back corner on the garage side. It just keeps it consistent. And our stakes, the way they're written down, is 5-foot offset building envelope, and then of course there'll be a fill to finished floor because the pad grade is going to be lower than the finished floor. So and we have had a contract where, let me erase this. We had a contract where we're only to give them 2 offsets, and that drove those guys crazy, because if they wiped them out or, just for whatever reason, it'd be an extra for us to go and to set them again. Rarely is that contract given where we do 5-foot offsets on each corner like that. It's normally just 4 right now. And then we saw this one company. I kind of liked it. It was in their contract it was 4 offsets, but you give like the garage side line and then the front line. So the one corner had a double offset, and then they can string through. Because normally what these guys do, like let's say this is the front, is they will hold a line and then measure back and just push the distances back. They usually only use our nails for line and grade as well. Yeah, I said nails. We said a lot of 60Ds, but we said hubs. It used to be where you only put a nail in if you couldn't get a hub in. Now it's changed where you put a hub in if the nail doesn't hold the grade. But houses, once we set them, they usually form this shit up they form this stuff up pretty fast. But just curious, how do you people outside SoCal, and do you guys staking house corners? Are you guys doing 20s and 80s, or are the lots so big you're just leaving it up to them? Or let me know. Let me know what you guys do, and we'll talk about it. That's it. Survey out.